Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, One Vozzolo Christmas, episode number 27. "Miss Honey, come look at my nativity set Mama and Daddy and me are making," Tony said. Tony took Honey and Pastor Lorrimore both by the hands. "Son, it's nativity. Say nativity," Jean said, standing up. "Nativity. That's a hard word for me to remember," Tony replied. "Let me talk to my kitchen crew for a minute, and we'll go look at the nativity set," Jean said, slowly saying the word nativity. After thanking the crew, Jean joined Tony, the pastor, and his wife as they walked over to the house. "Oh, Tony, this is lovely," Honey exclaimed as she looked at the glued pieces of squash foil balls on the cardboard. "I can't wait to see it finished." "Do you know why the donkey, we didn't make one yet, has a cross on his back, do ya?" Tony asked, running his words all together. "Tell me why the donkeys have a cross, Tony," Pastor Lorrimore encouraged the small boy to answer. "'Cause Jesus' Mama Mary rode the donkey into what's that place, Mama?" Tony paused to ask and looked at his mom. "Bethlehem," Jean replied, sitting down. "That's it, Bethlehem, and then she had baby Jesus and wrapped him in a blanket so he wouldn't be cold and laid him in a manger. Then he grow up and rode into a big city on the back of another donkey. At least I think it was another donkey. And then he died on the cross, and God wants us to remember that cross, so he painted a cross on the back of all the donkeys. And, Mama, we're going to make a donkey with a cross on his back, aren't we?" Tony took a deep breath. "Tony, that's a pretty good sermon about Jesus you just preached," Pastor Lorrimore said, smiling. "You might take a breath a little more often and slow down a little. It's a little hard for me to listen that fast." Pastor Lorrimore patted Tony on the back. "Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, do I need to say it slower?" Tony asked. "No, we listened really fast this time, but next time you slow down a little," Pastor Lorrimore said. There's never a dull moment on Vozzolo produce," Jean said, laughing. "Jean, we'll have the final practices Saturday afternoon at about 2, Honey said. Tony, do you want to be a little lamb or a little donkey?" "I can baa like a little lamb, or I can hee-haw like a donkey with the cross on his back. Mama, could you put a dark cross on my robe for the donkey? And I promise not to butt anybody," Tony said without giving his mother a chance to answer. "Well, Tony, you get to decide which one you want to be. Just remember the donkey was quiet because he didn't want to wake up baby Jesus, okay?" Honey said. "Yes, ma'am. I'll remember that on Sunday night. That comes after Saturday, doesn't it?" "Yes, it does. Jean, I have peace about this store situation. God's still in control, and he cares about Sunny Hills, and we have asked him, and now we're going to thank him for whatever he chooses to do," Honey said as she took one of Tony's hands and one of Pastor Lorrimore's hands. Jean took the other free hands, and Honey prayed a simple prayer of thanksgiving. "Thank you," Jean said as she hugged Honey and shook Pastor Lorrimore's hands. "Bye," Tony waved as they left. "Bye, Tony. We'll see you Saturday afternoon," Honey said.